Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure it's been a couple of interesting weeks for you. It's been especially weird for me. Feels strange not having been there the last few days leading up to break, for me to have a chance to say goodbye, wish you a good break, to say well done on your report cards. Having been sick and been away those last few days leading up to break left me with the sense that something was missing. You. And that I wasn't able there to support you in a time of transition, time of change. Not sure really how things felt at school with that last few days because I've been at home here in this house for the past 2.5, 3 weeks. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that I wasn't there. How were your dance performances? That's the one question I want to know. Did you actually get the dance performances off? That would be awesome. If any of you got them on video, please share. I'd love to see them. As you know, we were originally meant to be back in our classrooms today, and I'm sure this isn't the return from spring break that you were expecting. So I simply wanted to reach out to you today and welcome you back to your new classroom. Hi, welcome to class. At this point, you're all aware that we're not going to be returning to the physical classroom because all face-to-face instruction has been suspended throughout the province and throughout the country. Teachers and administrators are working together today, this week, and next to wrap our heads around the concept of remote learning. That's where you are learning from your homes, and I am teaching from my home, my couch, actually, because there's no office in this house of mine. So we're trying to wrap our heads around that. For most of it, it will be done online, and we'll be working these next couple of weeks on how to make it work best for all of you as the learners, because you students are the most important things to us in learning. Without you, we're not teachers. And this is where you have a learning experience. Make sure that you always wake up your screen so it doesn't close down and go to sleep on you while you're recording a video. So the number one thing I wanted to stress for you though this week is self-care. So while teachers and administrators, we're all working to get this remote learning thing off and running, I want you to check in with yourself. We've been spent a great deal of time this year talking about stress, anxiety, self-reflecting on ourselves, with ourselves recognizing and responding to stress and how we deal with it individually. So do a mindful check-in. Do a check-in with your body. How are you physically feeling? Check in with your heart. What are some of the emotions that you're experiencing? What are you feeling at the core? Check in with your mind. How is your head reacting to this? Are you having headaches? Is there a sense of confusion? Look at your responses and apply those healthy choices that I know you've each been developing for coping with any of this added stress in these strange times that we're currently experiencing and the changes in our regular daily lives. Write things down if you need to. Take a deep breath. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and your well-being. To that end, check in with your family members, your parents, your guardians, your siblings. Ask how they're doing. Do they have any specific needs that you can help with? Maybe you can do some cleaning or some cooking, some laundry. Take care of a younger sibling for a little while so your parents can have a chance to relax and take care of themselves as well. Reach out to a family member or family friend that you know is self-isolating or practicing physical distancing and they're on their own. They don't have anyone in their home with them. So maybe they're lacking that communication, that sense of connection that you get to have with a family in your house or your apartment. Reach out, say hi, and just check in with them for a chat. And I know you have been doing this one, I'm sure, but reach out and check in with your friends too, and those in the class. Don't just say and talk, hey, and talk about the regular things. Ask how they're doing with this whole strange new concept of physical distancing with regards to COVID, the pandemic, or anything else in between. Just check to see that you are each doing okay. Just because we're physically distancing ourselves from each other right now doesn't mean that we have to socially distance ourselves as well. Now's the time to connect more so than any other time, and your generation is a generation that can do this. You know how, and you are experts at connecting in an online environment. So do it. Do what you're good at. I know you can. but take care of yourself physically and emotionally. Get out for a walk while you can, even in the rain. Rain never hurt anyone. But while you're out there doing that, remember to practice your physical distancing. The fresh air and exercise will do your mind and your body wonders. Trust me, get out there. So there's a plan for this thing called continuity of learning that they've been talking about in the news and the media. You might be wondering what it is and what it means. So are we as teachers and educators. And that's what we're working on this week and next. We're developing a plan for remote learning, ways to provide you with a chance to learn from your homes. Most of it will be done online, but there will be the opportunity for those that are in need to have it paper-based as well. There are a lot of things that we need to figure out first because it is a complicated matter before we fully implement it with you. We want to make sure that there's a few hiccups as possible and that we make the transition as smoothly as we can for you. And that we can work with your individual needs because you all are individuals and you all have your own needs. So with that in mind, I'll be checking in with you this week. Tomorrow I'll be sending out emails to parents with a survey attached for a Google form where I can check in to see what kind of technology you have at home. If you do, if you don't, do you have access to Wi-Fi? What are your needs? What are your wants? What are you hoping that you learn in the next couple of months? That you haven't already had the chance to learn. Something that will help prepare you and make you feel a little bit less anxious about not physically being in school now and going up to the high school next year. I'll also hopefully be able to have the ability to phone and to speak to you all in person this week to have a general check-in, to have a real conversation together so I can get to see how you're doing, to ask how you're doing, and to talk about your individual needs. If I'm not able to reach you by phone, I will be sending you out an individualized email as well. For parents and students, moving forward, communication will be through Google Classroom. A new classroom has been created for each of you, and you have all been invited into this classroom. I decided to create a one-stop shop instead of a classroom for English, a classroom for socials, a classroom for career. I thought that might be a little overwhelming and too much at this point in time. So please accept the invitation to the new classroom. And that's where you'll be getting all of your announcements. All of the assignments in the upcoming weeks will be pushed to there and will return with feedback. It's predominantly what and where we will be working from. As we launch into our learning in April, I'll set up official office hours where I'll be available for video calls through Google Meets. It should be readily available to each of you through your Google accounts with the school or with the district. So look for Google Meets, go to that little waffle bar on the top right-hand corner of your screen and look for the icon that says Meets. Just check it out, play around with it a little bit to see kind of what's going on there. And that's where we'll be able to talk with each other and have conversations to support each other. We'll also set up some times where we can meet together as an entire class for those that want to participate in the group discussions. Just watch or talk. But so we're all there and we're still continuing to learn together as a group. There will be other tech tools as well, but for now, I'm only going to stress the Google Meet and the Google Classroom. Others will be shared as we move along. So I really just want to stress the importance of taking care of yourself and your family this week and just being together in these strange times. Don't stress about school. Now is not the time to stress and to worry about school. It's the time to take care of yourself. That's what you need. Let me worry about the school part. And until then, take care of yourself, relax, read a book, but relax and take care of yourself is what I want. It's an unprecedented times. I can't even speak today. Unprecedented times for all of us. It's not the year that we imagined, any of us. And I'm sure it's definitely not the way you imagined leaving Fraser River before heading up to the high school. I am thinking about all of you. I hope you're all doing okay. You've been on my mind a lot recently, and I've got a suspicion that you'll be there on my mind a lot, thinking and worrying about you. It's really strange not being able to see you face to face and have these conversations. So if you have any questions, concerns, worries, stresses, anxieties, or if you simply want to share a story about something that happened spring break or the week leading up to, reach out to me through Google Classroom, send me an email. I'll be checking everywhere regularly. In the meantime, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe, and we'll chat soon. Bye.